Remember back in 2016 when a wealthy heir cashed in on the family name and made a brazen political run despite never having held elected office? Remember how the Republican Party embraced them and their self-serving right-wing lies? Yes, it's been 6 years since Liz Cheney joined Congress. Who did you think I was talking about? It's true, Donald Trump and Liz Cheney both entered elective office at the same time, and you may be familiar with their work since then. Today, Donald Trump is still trying to claw his way back into power by any means necessary, while Liz Cheney looks to be on her way out of office. The daughter of Dick Cheney is expected to lose her GOP congressional primary tomorrow in Wyoming by double digits to a Trump-endorsed Republican MAGA challenger. All because she voted to impeach Donald Trump, then co-chaired the House January 6 committee and continues to call out Trump's threat to democracy and her own party's. Hers is a brave and necessary stand. I have said that before, and I'll say it again. What Cheney is doing right now is a very good thing, and I, for one, appreciate it. But it's also easy to forget that Cheney wasn't always a Trump critic or a darling of anti-Trump liberals. In fact, she spent years adding to the GOP's cynicism and xenophobia, back when Trump was still obsessing over his Celebrity Apprentice ratings. It started with her defending the Bush administration's dishonest march to war in Iraq, a debacle that her father helped engineer as vice president, that she helped push as a member of the Bush administration, and that critics say paved the way for Trump's big election lie.
3 days before the Iraq war was launched, here's what Vice President Cheney said on Meet the Press.
I think things have gotten so bad inside Iraq from the standpoint of the Iraqi people. My belief is we will, in fact, be greeted as liberators.
Okay, obviously that didn't happen, and I would love to know.
It actually did happen. We were greeted as liberators.
Okay, but here's why you're wrong. We weren't greeted as liberators. We were greeted in a way that was tentative. Now, you did see this.
During the Obama presidency, Cheney co-founded a far-right political group called Keep America Safe, which accused the new president of being pro-terrorist. It even put out an ad criticizing Obama's Justice Department for hiring attorneys who had represented Guantanamo Bay detainees in their previous careers.
So who did President Obama's Attorney General Eric Holder hire? 9 lawyers who represented or advocated for terrorist detainees. Who are these government officials? Eric Holder will only name 2. Why the secrecy behind the other 7? Whose values do they share? Tell Eric Holder, Americans have a right to know the identity of the Al-Qaeda 7.
A Republican suggesting DOJ lawyers are working against America and freedom. Good thing that never happened again. That ad went too far even for some Republicans who called it McCarthyism. Even Kenneth Starr, the GOP lawyer who engineered the Clinton impeachment, called Cheney's ad shameful. But she was already committed to the shtick. In fact, by then, Liz Cheney had become a darling on Fox for indulging birtherism, the racist conspiracy theory that Barack Obama was foreign-born, the racist conspiracy theory that Donald Trump would seize onto and ride to political notoriety.
People are fundamentally uncomfortable, and they're fundamentally, I think, increasingly uncomfortable with an American president who seems to be afraid to defend America.
This is who Liz Cheney was. It's who she was 3 years ago this week when she and her father co-hosted a fundraiser in Wyoming for Donald Trump's re-election campaign. Quote, Representative Cheney is honored to be co-hosting this event and working hard to support President Trump's re-election, a spokeswoman for the Congresswoman told CNN. The president's policies are benefiting Wyoming and the nation. That was just weeks before news broke of Trump's perfect phone call asking the Ukrainian president for dirt on Joe Biden, a call that would lead to Trump's first impeachment, an impeachment that Liz Cheney voted against, calling it a distraction and a sham.
Threats that we face from China, the threats that we face from Russia, the threats from North Korea, Iran, terrorism, none of those things have been in the purview of the Intel Committee because they've been focused on this sham impeachment effort.
Of course, since then, and again, to be very fair, Liz Cheney joined 9 Republican colleagues in voting for Trump's impeachment the second time around. You all know that she has been the loudest, clearest Republican voice to speak out against Donald Trump's existential threat to American democracy. It is, and I'll say it one more time, a principled stance from a Cheney. And while it lost her a leadership post in the House, it didn't stop her from calling out her own colleagues.
Tonight, I say this to my Republican colleagues who are defending the indefensible. There will come a day when Donald Trump is gone, but your dishonor will remain.
Tomorrow, though, Liz Cheney may be gone from Wyoming's political scene, which is a bad thing. Look, as much as I don't like Liz Cheney for all the reasons I just elaborated, she has been standing up to Trump and for democracy and against insanity on the right at personal political cost. And, well, before any of us dance on her political grave, wait till you see who's coming in her place. Harriet Hageman, a former Trump foe who now champions the former president and his big lie. In fact, a recent University of Wyoming poll showed that 84% of Hageman voters think Donald Trump won in 2020. So what will likely come next for Liz Cheney? I, for one, doubt she's going away. And for all her undoubtedly courageous work in exposing the disgusting, anti-democratic, violence-inciting behavior of Donald J. Trump, how should we think of her legacy in helping to form the Republican Party that now disowns her?